Good morning, Delhi. We've got a power-packed panel for you. So I'm going to quickly introduce the panel. We're going to talk about building brands without breaking the bank. Mr. Ilesh Gevaria, founder and CEO of French Crown. Mr. Raghav Beri, business head, Europe, Ayurveda Experience. Dr. Lucky Yadav, Chief Business Officer, Adyogi. Ms. Bertha Emrich, VP Global Marketing, Payoneer. So when we actually were planning Forum, we went and we spoke to our customers. And we asked them, what is it that you would like to know about? And one of the things which came back was everybody wanted to know how to build a brand. So if I can start from the far end with you, Raghav, if you could give us a little bit of insight on your brand, as well as what inspired or motivated you to build the brand.
We're the largest Ayurvedic platform in North America and Europe today. One of the largest, I would say. We have 4 sub-brands under it through which we sell different kind of products from skincare, hair care, to even supplements now. And we focus a lot on packaging, a lot on the Indianness of our products, the Indian roots. It's actually a gradual process. It doesn't there was no eureka moment that, one day you get up in the morning and you realize, oh, we have built a brand. So it's a gradual process. You keep on looking at the data. That's very, very important. What worked in the past, what can work in the future, and take your small bets.
Dr. Lucky, you worked with many clients, right, at Adyogi. What has been your experience in terms of why people build brands?
We are known for building brands and helping them scale their e-commerce journey. We are known for taking brands to about 100 crores on their online presence. So coming to your question, I think when it comes to brand trying to create an identity, firstly, in today's market, the world is very cluttered. We have very small mind space and span of attention. We have so many channels trying to get our attention all the time. So it's very important as a brand that you are able to strike a connect, an emotional connect, or any kind of connect with your brand. Mostly success comes to those who are very clear who they are, what they stand for, what are they offering to the consumer. I will just share an example of one of the brands that we work with called Malmal. When they were doing their summer campaign, they did something called Nani Ka Ghar. So now that's something that instantly sort of, evokes an emotion in everybody. So one of the fastest growing form of communication today is short form content. We share about 250 billion reels every day. Make some reels, make some interesting content for your brand and show it to the world.
So stand out. If you want to stand out, build a brand, show it to the world. So Ilesh, we know you are somebody who's not shy of the camera.
Not at all.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about why you build your brand?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm Ilesh Gevaria from French Crown. We are world's first fast fashion brand in menswear category. Right now we are offering customization and standard size together. So we are the only brand जहाँ पे जिस store पे जाके ये आपको 42 का size चाहिए और आप बोलोगे मुझे इसका length plus करना है, हो जाएगा. So I thought this is the gap in the market. Something is available in standard size, only available to alter and not to remake it. So we have built kind of a model which can do both. That is the one USP we have built, and another USP is we are launching 200 plus new designs every week for menswear category that no one in the world is doing right now.
Bertha, so you have experience of working with many global brands, right? And you're working and building brands. Can you give us a little bit more about the motivation of why people build brands?
Yeah, I think the one thing to really remember also when you think about brand, it's much more than your logo or the tagline or the colors that you use. It's the end-to-end experience, right? It's every single touch point your customers have with you, from seeing an ad, coming to your website or your marketplace store, but then also the shopping experience, the after-sales experience, right? And every single one of those touch points is building your brand, right? And I think that is really, really critical to think about when you think about building your brand. So all of this, think about how can I create an experience that's superior to my competitors and that taps into a real need from your customers. So really understanding your customers, understanding their needs, and then really wrapping the experience around it. I think that's really where you build the foundations of building a strong brand.
Building a brand is very, very expensive. You have to like spend millions and millions. Is that true?
Not at all if you have a USP in your brand, right? If you have something unique in your product, you can start slow, start building your business first, and then building a brand.
It is expensive only and only if you're not looking at the data properly. And if you have the ability to look at the data properly and meet some hygiene factors like a very good story, a good sales funnel, and then build on it, that definitely covers it up.
Bertha, if I would ask you if you had to give a few tips to our audience here on how to build a brand and position the brand, some quick tactics, what would they be?
Don't try to target everyone because that really dilutes your proposition and it's very hard to build a USP. So really think about who's your core audience, what do you stand for, what's important to them, right? And how can you then differentiate from competitors? And if your product itself doesn't differentiate, you can hook into their needs and create a story around that, right? And that's really how you build brand.
What were the challenges that you faced, especially keeping in mind, Indian context, looking at the foreign market, and what would your advice be to people who are aspiring to build brands? Dr. Lucky, if you had to give a few advice.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest challenges that a brand would face would be overwhelming number of options. So if you want to go international or whether you want to sell in India, you have so many options that it can be confusing that what would be the right strategy or the right path or the right journey for me. Firstly, my first suggestion would be narrow down your focus. Be very sure and clear that, okay, this is how I want to start my journey, and that decision has to be purely based on analytics. At AdYogi, we really believe in marketing which is based on data and some kind of analytics. So we always encourage that we have access to such information and, you find out that which geography is right for my product, what is the audience looking for in that geography, do I want to go marketplace, if marketplace, which one, if country, which one. So it's better to, go back to the drawing board, put all these questions there, find answers to them, and then have a very focused and, intelligent decision and choices in terms of what your global journey is going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, lots of pearls over there from the best in the business, people who've built the brands themselves. We hope that you will also start building your own brands. We wish you all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for this lovely panel here.